Okay, so another thing that's going to really enhance our conditional logic is the use of recursion. Now we're going to start off simple with recursion, and later on we're going to do some things called recursive loops, but we're not there yet. I just want to introduce you to the basic concept of recursion. So let's go ahead. I'm going to create a new text document, and I'm going to call that, let's call it recursion Java. And this one we're going to come up with a simple yes or no equation. So let's go public class recursion, and let's actually call this something different. Let's not save that, and we'll call this one actually, let's say y or n. And we'll drag that back in. Public class y or n, and public static void main straight args. And we'll start this over again. We know we're going to use user input here. So we're going to have the computer make a decision for us. So we're going to import the scanner. And let's create a new scanner object. And then let's prompt for some user input. Would you like to do some recursion? And then we'll create a string, and we'll call it choice, and we'll set it equal to kb.next. And then if my choice, and we're going to use dot equals because we're using string, and if that equals to y, and then we'll use the or operator here. So we'll go or choice equals no, then we will do something in there. For now, let's say else, line, and we're going to say please enter y or n. So what we want to do here is we want to set up a system of recursion. And in order to do that, I'm not going to do this from the main. We'll have to create a new method entirely. So I'm going to call this one public static void recursion. And so now you know why I changed that name earlier. So let's do public static void recursion, and I'm going to put everything in here, including the user input. And I'll show you why I'm doing that in just a minute. In here, I'm going to just run, and actually this, and you may not have known that we could do this before, but I'm actually going to declare keyboard in the instance scope, and this is just going to be a call to it. And then we are actually going to run recursion from here. And the reason why we're doing it like this is because we want to be able to run this recursion method over and over again. So if choice equals y or n, we're going to run through a series if choice dot equals y. Let's do that, and we'll say system out front line, and we'll say yay, let's do do some recursion. And else, we'll say you spoiled the fun. Okay, so now what we want to do in here is we want to set up a recursive call to recursion. So we want to run recursion over again in the event that I didn't put in yes or no like I was asked to, and I put in something dumb. I get another crack at it. It'll say, please enter yes or no, and then it'll run recursion again. It'll ask me, would you like to do some recursion? And I'll get another crack at it. So let's see, let's make sure the basics work here. And missing a parenthesis there. And let's see, scanner keyboard. And I forgot to make this one static. So let's try that again. And here under spoiled the fun. Try one more time. And now it's asking me if I'd like to do some recursion. And let's just check if the basics work. Yes. Yay, let's do some recursion. So now it continues to ask me if I want to do recursion. And that is because I forgot brackets here. So it runs that last statement no matter what. And only the print statement gets put into the thing. So let's try again. And again, we're just making sure basics work here. So yes, I'd like to do some recursion. Yay, let's do some recursion. Exits out. And then I say, no, I don't want to do recursion. It says I spoiled the fun. And would I like to do some recursion if I just put something silly like that? It says, please enter wire in. Would I like to do some recursion? And I say yes. Yay, let's do some recursion. So again, if I get past all this stuff here and nothing hits and I get to the else, it's going to ask me to do that over again and put in the proper input. So that's actually something that you would use practically as far as checking user input. And to give you another practical example, we can also use it on our old pick a number between 1 and 10 thing. If the user doesn't get this right in the first place, well, we can just make a method called, let's go, public static void, and then we'll just call it check num. And let's go. Let's put all this stuff in here again, except for scanner. And again, we got to put scanner keyboard up here so that we can give it class-wide scope or instance level scope. And instead of wrong here, we can go, we can recursively call check num. And so let's run that really quick. Because non-static variable, static. Let's try it again. I don't know why I don't learn. All right, so nothing's getting printed out because we have not run check num. Let's try that again. Pick a number between 1 and 10. I picked a 2. That's right. Pick a number between 1 and 10. The number is right. And if I pick a 20 here, it says wrong. Pick a number between 1 and 10. And then I go 10 and it says the number's right. Let's make it really interesting. I could create a random number here. And so now you know why I called this guess. I could say, let's say number equals, let's try int number equals say let's cast an int, and we'll say math.random, and then we'll multiply that times 10, and then we'll add 1, and then let's just, we will say the number is, and that would be plus number, and so then if guess is between 1 and 10, so we have this control here that makes sure I'm actually picking a number between 1 and 10, and then I can put another set of ifs in here, so I can say if, so this is actually a third nest inside of this conditional logic, and I can say if number or guess equals number, then I print out system out, and if not, I'm going to print this here. Let's go else. I'm going to print that. And then in this else here, I'm going to say system.out line, please make it a 1 or make it a 1 through 10, please. So I can generate a random number here. So if I pick a number between 1 and 10, I'll pick 2. The number is 3, so I got the guess wrong. But if I pick like a 20 here, it'll tell me the number is 6, but it'll say, hey, make it a 1 through 10, please. And then pick again. So I'll pick again and I'll go with a 6. I'll say the number is 3 and I'm completely wrong. So that covers the basics of using our conditional logic with recursion. Please let me know if you have questions.